Good morning, everybody. Xin chào. We are ready to begin day 2 of community-based interventions for people who use methamphetamine. Today, I'm going to be using a lot of your energy because we're going to be demonstrating a lot. So I need your engagement and your enthusiasm. Remember, the reason that we are doing this, over these days, this psychoeducation, is so you have the ability to be able to share information and knowledge about mental health to your clients. And when we build the intervention package after this workshop for you, elements of this information will be in there. We will be looking to see that you can communicate effectively about mental health with your clients. Okay, so our learning aim for this morning is the same as yesterday. We're going to finish it off. Our learning aim is to be able to share psychoeducation on mental well-being. And this is what we're looking at today, the relationship between methamphetamine and well-being with clients. So this one we've done, you've shown me today you've learned. This one we've done, you've shown me today that we've learned. This morning, we are going to look at this third objective. We're going to evaluate the effects of methamphetamine and look into its relationship with mental well-being. And to help me with this, you are going to need one of these. If you've got one of these on your table, take one and take out the cards already. Okay. Green, you're going to wave in the air if you think the following statement is true. If you think the statement is false, red. And if you don't know or you're unsure, white. Are you ready? All right, so my first question to you is this one. Mental health problems usually start after people start using methamphetamine. True or false? Remember, white if you're not sure. White is okay as well, eh? So, we have majority red in the air. That's interesting. I'm going to ask Kay to describe why she has put red in the air.
Bởi vì mình nghĩ là người bình thường nếu mà họ gặp bất kỳ vấn đề gì về thể chất hay là về tinh thần thì họ đều có vấn đề về sức khỏe tâm thần mà đâu có phải là họ cứ sử dụng các chất kích thích thì họ mới có vấn đề sức khỏe tâm thần đâu.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for your answer. Thank you. And I'd like to ask somebody who held green in the air. Zhang, you held green in the air.
Nếu như mà với một người có sức khỏe tâm thần ấy, thường là những người đấy là khi chơi ấy, thì là họ sẽ mất ngủ. Khi mà mất ngủ rồi thì họ cũng có vấn đề về sức khỏe tâm thần. Không ăn không ngủ được ấy ạ. Là khi họ chơi bắt đầu chơi ấy, là không ấy. Còn những người mà có vấn đề về sức khỏe tâm thần trước đấy rồi thì họ cũng có thể là họ nghĩ đến họ sẽ sử dụng ma túy.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I also saw some white cards in the air as well. Let me show you. Well, actually, this is what everybody tends to think the process is. A lot of people in wider society think that the process works, that people use methamphetamine. They're fine beforehand. People use methamphetamine, which then causes changes to brain activity, usually long-term changes, which reduces cognitive function and results in a decline in mental well-being. But actually, this has been researched many times, the far more common steps is the bottom one. Addiction psychology states that often somebody who becomes dependent on a substance does it to solve a problem that they have experienced in their lives. Think things like emotional neglect, abandonment, trauma, a hole in somebody's life that they just can't seem to fill. And actually, the use of drugs, in this case, methamphetamine, can act as a form of self-medication. And certainly in the short term, because it makes somebody, remember, substances make people feel good. In the short term, that provides a sense of peace, control, and happiness. And then comes the long-term use, which would belong here on this end of the scale, which can then start to exacerbate the problem of, or grow the problem of the mental health issue. Okay, which leads me to my next question for you. You ready with your cards? Methamphetamine causes permanent brain damage. Interesting. Okay, I'm seeing a mix of red, I'm seeing a mix of white and green as well. Over here, we have the only person that has held up red and green at the same time. So let's hear, what have you got to say?
Thì theo anh nghĩ là tất cả cơ thể của con người, tất cả các bộ phận đều có một khả năng tự chữa lành ở một cái mức độ nào đó. Thế nên là khi mà sử dụng methamphetamine thì sẽ gây ra những cái tổn thương, nhưng mà nếu mà người ta sử dụng ở cái mức độ mà nó chỉ dừng lại ở những cái tổn thương nhỏ thì cơ thể có thể chữa lành được, thì nó sẽ không phải là một cái gì vĩnh viễn. Nhưng nếu người ta sử dụng trong một thời gian dài thì sẽ gây ra những tổn thương vĩnh viễn.
Thank you so much. So, great answer. Red and white together, perfect. Let's see somebody who held up green.
Theo em thì cái câu này thì cái này đúng đúng không? Đúng. Vì hình như lần trước có học với cô Hiên thì bảo là không biết em còn nhớ sai không, còn nhớ nhầm không, nhưng mà một khi đã sử dụng ma túy đá nó sẽ tổn thương cái não bộ, mà thường thường kể cả tổn thương nhiều hay ít, nặng hay nhẹ, kể cả nhẹ thôi thì để mà phục hồi được cái chỗ bị tổn thương đó thì như là không thể.
Okay, well, this one is a very complex one for a number of reasons. First, there is a lot of propaganda that says that methamphetamine melts the brain and your brain will never be the same again, and it causes incredibly permanent brain damage. And you see all of the photos of people online, the before and after photos of them using meth. This is just not true. It's just not true. But actually, in studies have shown that short-term use of methamphetamine can actually increase brain function. That's because methamphetamine, as we know, we've all been in methamphetamine trainings, we know that methamphetamine can be extremely functional. It helps with concentration and focus on a task, hence why people like truck drivers use it so much. So the word brain damage, as was said over here, is actually way too overstated, and it's way too complex to just put it into the basket of brain damage. A more relevant question, or a better question, might be this one. Cards? Ooh. You can white if you're not sure. White if you're not sure. For the first time, we've got what's close to, what's the word? When everyone agrees? I forgot. Yeah, close to 100%. Let's come over to a table that's been quiet so far. Dick, can you tell us, why are you holding up green?
Bản thân tôi chọn màu xanh là vì theo những cái kiến thức mà chúng tôi học được ấy, thì cái việc mà sử dụng methamphetamine thì nó có sản sinh ra những cái như kiểu dopamine thứ, thì nó sẽ và sản sinh ra một số những cái chất tự nhiên
để cho gọi là cái cơ thể mình như là cái não bộ của mình nó có những cái tạo ra cái điểm hưng phấn và những cái ngoài ra thì nó có những cái tác dụng và có những cái mặt là tích cực và những mặt tiêu cực với cái não bộ con người.
Well done, thank you. This one is true, and I'm going to demonstrate this for you in a little bit. Okay, ready for the last question? Long-term use of methamphetamine can lead to or results in aggressive behavior. Red, white, or green? Actually, studies show that there's no more aggressive behavior among people who use methamphetamine than any other substance. In fact, can you tell me the substance that is related to the most amount of violence and aggression? Alcohol. Alcohol, yes. By a long, long, long way. By a long way, it's alcohol. As Chang alluded to, a lot of the so-called aggressive behavior that we encounter is because of our misunderstanding of what that behavior means.